What is good, everyone? OG over here from PlayerEssence, and welcome to the repeating Nintendo Switch and gaming news video. Today we have some awesome information for you guys, so let's go ahead and get right into it. Fire Emblem Warriors DLC has been dated and priced for North America. 3 packs coming in at $8.99 each, or a season pass for $19.99. So following an announcement for Japan at Tokyo Game Show 2017 this past weekend, Nintendo has announced the release window and prices of the Fire Emblem Warriors downloadable content for North America. Here's an overview via Nintendo. Season pass on October 20th for $19.99. The Fire Emblem Warriors Season Pass includes all 3 DLC packs, which become available as they release. Each DLC pack is filled with new playable characters and weapons. By purchasing the Season Pass for either the Nintendo Switch or new Nintendo 3DS version, players will receive a bridal costume for Lucina. DLC pack number 1, December 2017, $8.99. The content in this pack is inspired by Fire Emblem Fates. DLC pack number 2, February 2018 for $8.99. Many of the characters and items in this DLC pack hail from Fire Emblem Shadow Dragon. And DLC pack number 3, March 2018 for $8.99. Fans of the Fire Emblem Awakening will love this DLC, as much of the content is themed after the classic game. Now, Fire Emblem Warriors is due out for Nintendo Switch and new Nintendo 3DS on September 28th in Japan and October 20th in North America and in Europe. And guys, they've even said, as far as the characters and what to expect and all that, they said that they're going to be listening to fan feedback. And I'm pretty sure that they've heard a lot of fan feedback when it comes to what characters. People have complained about too many sword users. People have complained, where are my main characters like Ike and Roy? So I'm pretty sure those characters are going to be in there, because it will be up to us kind of what characters they do put in. Now, they're probably going to break the rules when it comes to their own DLC packs, because they don't want to give away things, so they just themed up on what they've already announced, which is Shadow Dragon characters, Fire Emblem Awakening characters, and Fire Emblem Fates characters. So expect to see the modernized versions, or the versions that we saw that you can play in as far as Ike or Roy or other characters like that. Expect them to come in some of these packs, just varying, because I'm pretty sure that that's what's going to happen based on what they have said in terms of listening to what fans want. And I can already tell you, based on what I'm hearing, based on what I'm seeing, people really want Ike and Roy. Those are like the 2 characters that people are saying need to be in this game. Where's Ike? Where's Roy? So I'm guessing that they're going to be in there. It just depends on when, as far as when are we going to get those characters. Now, I did inaccurately report on my last video about the season pass, or as far as the DLC goes, as far as winter 2018. So no, that was wrong. They were just basing it off of the seasons for when they do things. I guess it was just completely different, so I'm sorry about that, guys. We should be getting all the DLC by March 2018. All the DLC should be out, so we'll see how it goes there. And for me, I love Fire Emblem Awakening. That's my favorite game in the series, and they have a lot of characters from Fire Emblem Awakening, so I'm kind of happy. And I'm waiting to see what they do with that Fire Emblem Awakening pack. It seems like it's going to have a lot of cool stuff in there, but I'm going to be getting this season pass. I already have the special edition reserved, so Nintendo's completely stripped me of my money, or at least Koei Tecmo and Nintendo have completely stripped me of my money when it comes to this game, and I'm excited for it, man. It launches October 20th. The Japanese version will be launching on September 28th, and I'm hoping that there's going to be, I'm hoping that there's going to be English voices in that game. I'm hoping that it's complete, but something tells me they're going to be like, nope, we know you guys. We know you guys will download this game as far as from off the Japanese store, so we're not going to put English voices in this version of the game as far as the Japanese release, but we'll have to wait and see. But some of the things that I'm really excited about when it comes to Fire Emblem Warriors is the type of content that they've added into there. They have the Coliseum mode, they have the history mode in there, they have the permadeath in there, so a lot of different things that you haven't seen before in a warrior style game. I know, like the history mode, that actually has classic battles from the different games, to where it's actually like an overhead map, and you can strategize just like it was Fire Emblem Awakening, for example. Plus, with the Coliseum mode, you'll be able to battle one after another as far as strong warriors in the series. Plus, what I love probably the most is the permadeath mode, to where in this game, if one of your characters dies or falls in battle, you'll still see them in the cutscenes and in the story, but you won't be able to use them in battle. So it's really going to make you fight intelligently so you don't lose anyone. I'm looking for that type of pressure when it comes to a Warriors game. I also really like the fact that you can actually put different characters, so assign them to certain areas, so you can pull up the map and you can say, hey, Chrom, you go over here and team up with Lucina in order to take this area, and the team-ups are also cool as well. So they've added in new strategies, a lot of different cool gameplay modes, a lot of Fire Emblem stuff that's going to get fans excited, man. So cannot wait for this one. What do you guys think about Fire Emblem Warriors coming to Nintendo Switch? Are you excited about this potential DLC? What characters would you like to see in the game outside of the most common Ike and Roy characters? What else would you like to see? I would love to hear your thoughts in the comment section below. Alright guys, and moving on to a topic that I have a little bit to talk about here. So apparently Ultra Street Fighter 2 had a better UK debut than Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite. In addition to that, Pokken Tournament also had a better debut than Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite in the UK. So I have a lot to say about this because one, it's the UK, so we have to be careful as far as what we compare. There are no numbers and all that, but there is some context to this where I think it's important that we discuss. So the new crossover could only make it to 12th on the UK chart. So Ultra Street Fighter 2 might be considered a lazy if fun piece of Switch software, but it would seem that the all-important Street Fighter brand is more powerful than you might assume Nintendo life rights. Now, according to the latest retail sales figures in the UK, the Switch title had a stronger debut than the recent Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite. The new brawler, which launched on the PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and PC last week, entered the UK physical retail chart in a disappointing 12th position. In the PlayStation 4 single format chart, it limped in at 16, while the Xbox One chart didn't even make the top 40. Now, for a top-tier Capcom fighter, which has benefited from the months of hype, this disastrous showing made all the more embarrassing by the fact that Ultra Street Fighter 2 enjoyed a stronger debut on a single system, and a new system, be it that. And it was just a little bit more than a warmed-up serving of Super Street Fighter 2 HD Remix title, which is almost a decade old. Now, what Capcom thinks about these figures is anyone's guess. We don't know what they're thinking, but I do want to talk about this quite a bit because people have been putting a lot of heat on Capcom when it comes to things, especially with this game, Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite. Now, the feedback that I've been hearing from gamers out there when it comes to hardcore fighting game fans is that they love Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite. I'm looking at the Twitter timelines of guys like Justin Wong, and I'm looking at some of the Smash Brothers players who like to play other types of games as well. They all think that it's a really good game and say that they love it a lot. Been watching Low Tier God. He likes the game as well. So a lot of the guys that are hardcore into the FGC definitely love this game. And the FGC stands for Fighting Game Community, guys. Now, on the other half, when you're talking about the casual consumer, the consumer that's just looking to mash buttons, or the consumer that's just looking to play something fun for a little bit, they are not necessarily down with this game because they can't stop complaining about all the different things when it comes to the look of the game. There's not enough characters in the game. Hey, the other ones had 50 characters. This one only has 20 or something, or 30 something, or whatever the case is. And I think that's where the problem comes into play. It's the FGC, and there's just not enough of these hardcore dudes that are going to go out there and buy these games anymore. There's just not enough of them, so this is the reason why you get these sales. Now, I personally feel that this type of game, with the crazy type of action and combat and everything, to me, suits the Nintendo Switch a little bit better than the Xbox One at this point. If you're looking at these sales here, and you look at the Nintendo Switch, obviously it's the hottest system being sold right now, and the Xbox One just isn't. I'm just not sure if the Xbox One fan base wants to buy these type of games. So you can chalk it up to Capcom really miscalculating what's going on here. Obviously, they have a big base, so I don't fault them for putting it on Xbox One, PS4, and PC, but you have to look at the landscape of gaming and what's going on. I do feel after seeing these sales and after seeing what the Nintendo Switch is doing when it comes to fighting games, heck, their own fighting game, Street Fighter, which is an older port, has probably sold well over 500,000 copies at this point on a single platform. So going forward, what does Capcom need to do? They need to evaluate what they're doing. Obviously, like I said before many times, Capcom sets things in stone and they don't like to deviate from their plans because they are cheap. They look at the PS4 and Xbox One install base, so they throw everything on there. And with the Nintendo Switch, they've been very calculated as far as what they're going to put on there. But I think going forward, especially after seeing some of these sales for Resident Evil, you're seeing the sales for now Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite, and a lot of these games just aren't doing enough on the Xbox One, whether it's the fan base not responding well to their games or whatever the case is, or the Xbox fan base playing other things. So I think Capcom hopefully gets the idea here as far as where their games are going to sell and what they're going to do. And I'm not trying to pick on the Xbox platform and say that it shouldn't get the games or anything like that, but obviously it gets a lot of stuff because of the development atmosphere around it with PS4 and PC, them all being so similar. But at the same time, you're developing resources and putting stuff into that and potentially taking away from something that could do a lot better on the Nintendo Switch. So I fully expect to see many more of Capcom's games come to Nintendo Switch in 2018. I'm pretty sure that's going to be a lock-in because there's been disappointments here and there when it comes to all of the platforms and what's selling across the board. Now, PlayStation 4 usually does pretty well, but if you're looking at these sales for Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite being outsold by Pokken, I mean, that's a little rough. Now, we just have the UK, and I want to make sure that I stress that, guys. This is not some type of worldwide sales data or anything like that. This is just the UK. But the early indication based on people that I've talked to that are privy to knowledge on sales say that Marvel vs. Capcom isn't selling good anywhere as far as the US or Japan. So we still need to wait and see on the sales numbers and maybe get some more information. But it does seem like the UK sales is kind of transferring over to other areas. Maybe not as bad. Marvel vs. Capcom did a lot better in Japan and also in the US, but what I'm hearing is that it didn't necessarily do good anywhere. I've pretty much lost value when it comes to these games. Like Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite, I'm not hardcore into that, but I would totally buy it if I can play it on the Switch to where I can take it anywhere I want and just kind of have a little bit of fun beating some people down because I'm not hardcore into it. I would totally buy it, but just stationary in front of my TV, that's not a game that I'm going to buy. I need to have some more value as far as being able to play it anywhere I want, but we'll see if it ever does come to the Switch. Now, let me know what you guys think about this. Obviously, you guys are going to have a lot of strong feelings about Capcom. A lot of Nintendo fans do. Whenever I even mention Capcom, people just get angry. I'm not even sure if you guys watch the video as soon as I mention Capcom in the title. Just go straight to the comment section and start typing away angry. So let me know what you guys think about this news here as far as Marvel vs. Capcom, Pokken, and Street Fighter outselling it on the Nintendo Switch. As far as the UK goes, first starting out, as far as the UK goes, let me know in the comment section below. Alright, Ninja, that wraps it up for this video here. Go ahead and check out the links in the description below. We've got Facebook, we've got Twitter. Go ahead and give us a like and a follow on our social media. Really helps us spread the content of PlayerEssence across the interwebs in addition to YouTube. Also, make sure you check out our Patreon page. Pledge any tier, be entered into win some awesome prizes each month. In addition to that, we have Discord voice chat and $10 prize eShop tournaments for Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, Splatoon 2, and more. So support PE Live and PE Arena right here on PlayerEssence. Also, make sure you hit that like button if you did like this video. Lets me know you guys want more content like this going forward in the future. And subscribe to PlayerEssence for the latest news, reviews, discussions, and more. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll catch you, Ninja, for the next video. Peace.